Everyone thinks they understand QQQI, but almost nobody has looked at the real income numbers. When I ran the math, I found something that shocked me, and it completely changes how you should view this ETF. Today I'm breaking down QQQI's true payout, the hidden risk behind the numbers, and exactly how much a serious position would earn. This data is not being talked about anywhere. Welcome back to Simply Money. Today, I'm going to dive into QQQI in our scenario, the all-in scenario. For those who have watched the channel, I have a series I've been doing on different funds. What if I took my entire income portfolio, threw it into one fund? What would it look like? What kind of growth would I have? What kind of income could I produce? And we're going to do three scenarios where we take 100% drip, 50% drip, and zero drip. And then we're also going to look at what do we need to do in our flexible plan where we change the drip, maybe it's 10%, 20%, whatever it is, to make sure we maintain our balance or perhaps to generate a certain number in our income. We will be looking at that to see how it performs. Let's dive into the worksheet. QQQI is fairly new, January 30th, 2024. So we're coming up just on 2 years now that we've had this fund available. The share price there was $49.84. With our $525,000 investment, that would buy us 10,534 shares. We're going to look down as we go. This is a monthly paying fund. Each month we will look at, see what the share price is. We can see here what the dividend distribution amount has been, and we'll go through the numbers there. Let's start with the share price, $49.84 at inception. As we just kind of scan down here, you can look $49, $48, $51. It stayed very consistent, and now we're closing out at $54. So it has had some growth, about 8.37% in that 2 years. Nice little growth factor to this. In addition to, look at these distributions consistently staying in the same range and producing, on average, $61.52, 0.6152 cents per month on average. If we do the full drip, we take all the distribution, we just buy more shares. We take this distribution here. Look at this healthy distribution, 62.57, and we're buying more shares, and we're following that down each month. You can see how many new shares that you're getting, and you can see how that increases. It causes your distribution to increase because even though this dividend amount has stayed consistent, now you're increasing the number of shares you have, so that is allowing this to grow. As we come down to the bottom, you can see that we have grown this now to where we're getting $8,400 a month on this distribution. Over this 2 years, we've gathered $162,000 in distributions that we've reinvested, gaining 3,155 shares. Brings our total to 13,689 shares. This is a great distribution that we're seeing. We're gaining shares. We've gained share price. That means our portfolio in 2 years has gone up to $739,000, a gain of $214,000 or 40.82%, about 20% per year that it has grown in this full drip scenario. Now with a 50% drip, we take half of the distribution, which we have right here, and we're going to buy more shares. And we track that right here, how many shares we're gaining and what the new amount total is right here. But we also get the same amount for income. We'll keep track of this each month. We're getting this amount for income. Look at the consistency there. Anywhere from, I think the lowest we're seeing in this is $3,039 up to $3,400, $3,600. It is slowly growing. Now we're up to $3,700, $3,800 because the share price has increased and they keep the yield about the same. It's been a great growth as you've gained a few shares. You've gained 1,479 shares by dripping half of it, and you've taken out $75,000, almost $76,000 in income. You're averaging here over $3,000 a month in income while growing your portfolio $123,000 in 2 years. A 23.58% value increase and you've taken home $75,000, $76,000. Very nice. Income and growth increase in value. Okay, let's go over to the zero drip. This is we're just taking the income and we're keeping the money to do what we want. We're generating $6,000 of income here this first month. We're not going to get any new shares, so the 10,534 is the number of shares we'll have all the way through this scenario. But just let's scroll down here. You can see that it's slowly increasing. It drops down a little bit, but then goes back up as we get down here to the end. Now we're in the upper 6,000, 67, 66, 67. We're almost at $6,800 here. In 2 years, we've got $142,000, about $71,000 a year of income that we have gotten from this fund. But look at this. By taking all of the income, you've still increased your portfolio value by $44,000, an 8.37% increase. You got $142,000 in income and increased your value by $44,000. If we come down here and we compare these three, very consistent. The full drip, we gained $214,000 in value right here because we have that many more shares. So we have 13,000 shares times this price. Our value has increased. That's a 40.82% increase. Our 50% drip, we received this amount of income and our portfolio grew by $123,000. We have gained $199,802 or 38% total return. And with no drip, we received $142,000 of income and we increased our portfolio value by $44,000. That's a total increase of $186,000 or a 35.52% total return. All three of these great scenarios, you're gaining value and income if you wanted it. Or, as we always say, you could full drip for a year or two or wherever as you prepare to use this, increase your portfolio balance, then you drop the drip down to 50% or 100% and start taking that income, whatever you need to do. Now we want to look over here at our flexible plan. And if you like using these, feel free to grab a copy. This is the QQQI drip spreadsheet on the Buy Me a Coffee page. You can see that in the link below. I have those available because I know a lot of people like to plug in their own numbers. You can plug in an amount you want here. Instead of 525,000, maybe you plug in 5,000 or 50,000, whatever you want to do. And then you can change this here. I put this in originally for a lot of these funds because you have to drip some to maintain this balance. So I put it in there so you could adjust it to the amount you needed to drip in order to maintain a balance. But with funds like this, even with zero drip, you still grew your portfolio. So you don't need to adjust this. You could take full distribution and still grow your portfolio. But perhaps you don't want to take all your drip. You want to see what happens if I only need X number of dollars. What would my portfolio continue to do at a certain drip? So in here we're going to drip 10%. We're going to keep 90%. So I only need, say, $5,600 in income. At the end of the time frame here, my income has increased, but so is my portfolio balance, because I've been reinvesting 10%. Well, maybe you look at that and say, I don't need that much income. Well, maybe you do a 30%. I only need about $4,000 a month, so I'm going to do 30% drip. I'll keep 70% and I'll reinvest. It's increasing slightly, so you're getting some cost of living adjustment. As you get down here now, you're getting $5,000 a month, and you've increased your portfolio by about $90,000. This is a great way to play with this. Let me just change this real quick. Let's just say we put in $50,000. See, all the numbers shifted for you. Now you're getting $400 a month, but you're reinvesting $178 of that, and so your portfolio would have grown to $58,000, but you've also taken home $9,000. So this could supplement your income in retirement if need be. But we're doing an all-in scenario, so I'm going to keep this here. And you can play with that. If you want a copy, feel free to grab that. Are you a QQQI owner? Do you like QQQI? What about it do you like? And why don't you own it if you don't? And that's fine. Share with me your thoughts. Share with the community. Let's get some dialogue going on Triple QI, one of my favorite covered call ETFs. I know it's a lower yield than some people like, and it's more risky than other people like. But for me, it's a position that I hold, and I think I have about $60,000 in this position. but I'm doing a scenario. What if I did all in on this? This is what it would look like. I appreciate you joining me. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out. I appreciate all your support, and welcome to our new members, our new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel, and thank you for joining us. And I'll see you next time on Simply Money.